Good evening and thanks for joining us. We have breaking news to report tonight. A mass casualty event at a Vancouver festival. Witnesses describe an SUV plowing through a crowd at the Lapu Lapu Day block party, a celebration for the Filipino community. It happened just a couple of hours ago, around 8 o'clock. Let's go straight to our Grace Key, who is live at the scene for us tonight. Grace, a developing situation, obviously, still getting information into the newsroom and to our crews at the scene. What can you tell us at this point?
Yeah, it's still a very active scene. I'm actually standing in the middle of Fraser Street right now, near 41st, where they have blocked off this entire area. Now, just to the left of me, if people are familiar with the area, is John Oliver Secondary School. Just beyond these officers, you can see the emergency lights just a little past this block here. That's just on the other side of John Oliver Secondary School. That's about East 43rd Avenue, and that's where this horrific event happened. Now, witnesses we spoke with, extremely shaken up, as you can imagine, describing the bloody scene with bodies lying on the ground. We're told it happened shortly after a performance ended by one member of the Black Eyed Peas, so it would have been around 8:30. That's when a black Audi SUV came ripping down East 43rd Avenue heading east, and that's where a lot of people and food vendors were set up. One witness said he saw people flying off the vehicle as it went barreling down the street. He said people were screaming, bodies were scattered on the road, and he saw at least 2 children. Sources are telling Global News at least 8 people are dead, including a child. 6 others are in critical condition. So we did speak with some witnesses who described the scene.
What really happened was, imagine Black Eyed Peas already concluded the show, and then around 15 minutes later, we're still taking pictures, we're enjoying the evening, and then we see and hear a car, a black car, ramming through all the vendors, kids. Are you gonna be okay? Yeah. What are you talking about?
Yeah, go ahead. It's okay.
Kids and families just shrieking and yelling and crying, and we were actually heading towards the car, and then just a lot of people running towards the fields because they're trying to move themselves away from the street.
Yeah.
And then I remember hearing a woman. She was like, I smell blood. I hear blood. I hear crying. And then another mother was like, my child. How could they do this?
Taking pictures and all that, and we were just walking towards the area, and then next thing you know, you just saw a car just went so fast, and then it was really loud. What I thought it was gunshots, but no, everyone started running, and then I hear crying, weeping, and I started getting a panic attack because it's actually so different when you experience it secondhand. And what I had to think about was oh, what if I knew people in that crowd? So I immediately, first thing in my head, I was gotta text everyone I know that I saw, because this is supposed to be a fun event. We're supposed to unite as Filipinos and celebrate for who we are, and then it hurts that something like this had to happen.
Grace, just heartbreaking and tragic. Can you, I didn't quite catch, which way was the black SUV going when this happened? And, it was mentioned that this was as the show was wrapping up or just after the concert had wrapped up. So were there still a lot of people in the area, it sounds like?
Yeah, it does sound like there were still a lot of people that were filling in that area, because that's where a lot of the trucks and the food vendors were. So it was just on the other side of John Oliver Secondary School where you see a lot of those emergency lights right now. So that's about East 43rd Avenue. So the vehicle would have been just on the other side of John Oliver Secondary School, kind of in the area where the tennis courts are. And it's a fairly long block where this person would have been driving down. And again, this person would have been heading east on East 43rd Avenue there.
Okay, Grace, and we understand that they do have a suspect in custody. The VPD does have someone in custody.
Yeah, now, the Vancouver Police Department hasn't provided any official information right now. So witnesses are telling us that there was a young Asian male that was taken away. There is also video that's circulating of this young person. In the video, you can hear people screaming at him as he's standing off to the side, and people are screaming repeatedly, "Why? Why did you do this?"
A question a lot of people will be asking themselves tonight. Obviously, Grace, the scene's still active. We see VPD officers behind you. That part of the area is still blocked off. VPD have not issued a press release yet, although they did issue a statement on Twitter. But I understand they will be speaking a little later tonight, holding a press conference and filling us in on whatever details they can at this point.
Yeah, the interim chief actually is going to be coming down here to the scene at midnight. So that's where we're going to hear for the first time from Vancouver Police exactly what happened here tonight. We also just saw a tow truck just go through this area as well. So, you know, we've been blocked off about a block away, so we really haven't been able to get up close to the scene. So presumably that SUV is still there, and the tow truck has just gone through this area. There was another city bus that drove by here about 40 minutes ago. We were told a lot of the witnesses were on that bus as well, and so that took off here shortly.
All right, we'll let you get back to finding out more details about what happened, Grace, but we'll check back with you in a little bit. Thanks very much for that. Grace Key reporting in East Vancouver for us tonight. A reaction, as you might expect, is pouring in from all levels of government right now, including NDP leader Jagmeet Singh, who was at that festival just a short time before this happened.
This is so horrific. I don't even know what to say. I was there, and I just imagined the faces of the kids that I saw smiling and dancing. I imagined the aunties that were there. Imagining them I don't even know what to say. It's horrific. I'm heartbroken, and I just want the Filipino community to know, like, we stand with you. Everyone is with you. Everyone's standing with you, and we're going to stand with you in whatever comes the next days.
I was here earlier. This was a fantastic day here in South Hill. Lapu Day Festival was amazing, and everybody's having such a great time. And so I heard the news and came here.
Sounds like it's going to be a tragic day for the city.
What are you feeling right now, bud?
I'm pretty choked up. I don't even know what to say. This was a great day. Wonderful event. Huge community event. And to have it end in tragedy like this, it won't break us or the community, but it's horrible.
Kingsway, and there's probably about 2 or 3 square blocks of Filipino culture being expressed, and so I'm just I don't know what to say. I'm just devastated at what has happened. Apparently there's people who have died and a number of people injured, and by someone who drove a vehicle into the crowd, and I don't know more than that, but I'm just grieving with the Filipino community today and the wider community at large.
Thanks so much.
All right, Vancouver Mayor Ken Sim has also issued a statement. He says, "I am shocked and deeply saddened by this horrific incident at today's Lapu Lapu Day event. Our thoughts are with all those affected and with Vancouver's Filipino community during this incredibly difficult time." And you saw, of course, Vancouver City Councillor Pete Fry getting very emotional there when he spoke to our crew. Understandably so. Today, as he said, was supposed to be about celebration, and that's certainly how most of the day went. Our Jason Pierres was at the event today as the MC of the festivities, and he has been part of that event in years past. He's live at the scene tonight. Jason, just set the scene for us, what this day was supposed to be about.
How quickly it changed, Sophie. This is the second annual Lapu Lapu Festival, so it's very early on of this event, and just a resounding success last year. It was actually pouring rain, but thousands of people came down here on Fraser Street. And then this year, with the sunshine, there was so much anticipation, even more people coming down, and it started off with so much promise. You know, we had the official ceremony to kick things off this morning at 11 o'clock. Premier Eby was here, MLAs were here, MPs running for the federal election were here, including city officials. As you heard, Pete Fry, Deputy Mayor Mike Clausen was part of that, and I just saw Mike here coming back to the scene to see exactly what happened. But it started off with so much happiness, the Filipino spirit. It was supposed to be about the resilience of the Filipino community all over the province, a great celebration of their culture and their history, and so many great performances and food vendors. Just such a great vibe. I had friends come down. We spent 2 or 3 hours after my job was done just soaking up the atmosphere. And for this to happen is just unimaginable. When it was really growing to a pinnacle of this performance by a member of the Black Eyed Peas on this new stage they actually brought in for this year. They didn't have this big stage last year at John Oliver Field, but this was a new thing, and it was a great turnout for the evening performance. And then for this to happen is just I am beyond words. And speaking to witnesses, I spoke to a woman whose daughter just narrowly escaped death. She was struck in the shoulder, and I spoke with that daughter. She was too traumatized to speak, but her uncle is in hospital right now. They don't know the condition of their uncle at VGH. They have a relative who's 1 year old that's at BC Children's right now. So our thoughts and prayers are with all the victims, and it's just incredible what's happened here. It's just so many devastated people here.
You spoke, as you said, to some witnesses there, Jason. What is going on now? Have people mostly cleared out, or I imagine there's still a lot of shock, still people just trying to figure out what happened. What is the scene there right now?
Yeah, traffic is still pretty bad along 41st Avenue. Still people just wondering, what exactly happened here. There's just a lot of speculation of why this happened, question of how this car got into the crowd, if barricades were set up. I know for me, coming to the event this morning, all the streets that were involved were blocked off, and I'm not sure if those barricades were removed because the concert had concluded. So a lot of questions. I know VPD will be making statements at midnight, so hopefully we'll get more answers there. But right now, just a lot of questions. Just a horrific night here on Fraser in East Vancouver.
Just quickly, so was Black Eyed Peas, was that supposed to be the end of the festival for the evening then?
Correct. This was like the headliner of the night. We had performances starting at 11 o'clock right through until 6:30 was the final performance. And that's when NDP federal leader Jagmeet Singh was a part of. A huge crowd. And once that concert was over, then all hell broke loose. And right where the food carts were, where everybody was enjoying their dinner time meals, and it was very busy. We were along that food cart stretch early on in the afternoon. It was very crowded, and I expect it was just as crowded in the evening.
All right, Jason, thank you so much for sharing, what the festivities were throughout the day. We'll let you get back to the scene there, and we'll check back with you in a little bit. Jason Pires live in East Vancouver. Thank you, Jason.